Welcome to Inspired by Design, the podcast where we explore the tools, stories, and insights to help you rediscover your authentic self and navigate life with less resistance. I'm Katie Rupert, a former hustle and grind overachiever on a thrilling and messy journey. I'd love to share what I'm learning and help others in self-discovery using human design. So, if you're seeking a way to move forward, let me be your weekly mindset coach and share stories to inspire you to action towards your unique purpose without the force or burnout. Welcome back to Inspired by Design. Today, we are continuing our series on tools that are supportive for your personal journey, your spiritual awakening, and just your life in general, finding tools that are helping you get to where you're going and take those inspired actions. Today, I am joined by Leslie Morgan. She's an intuitive healer, Reiki master teacher, artist, and co-owner of the Chakra Healing Room in Wentzville, Missouri. Leslie brings a beautifully creative and deeply intuitive approach to healing and works one-on-one with clients using Reiki, oracle cards, crystals, tuning forks, aromatherapy, and she also channels her artistic gifts by creating custom drawings and intuitive art based on people's names and what she sees for them or what she's led to see for them. You may have to help me explain that. But on top of that, Leslie and I share a very unique connection in the world of human design. She's a manifesting generator with sacral authority, and get this, a 5-2 personality line, just like me. We're so compatible. I love it. I thought that was so fun when we did your business reading and found that we had the exact same energy type and authority and personality style. But there are so many unique things because that the chart goes so much deeper. But I was super excited to meet someone that had those same things. So
it was fun. Very fun.
Leslie, you have been so fun to get to know. I know that you are deeply aligned with where you're going, and I'm excited to have this conversation about intuition, your creative tools, healing, and how all of us collectively can start to step more into this flow, this creative flow, who we're meant to be using these gifts. And so welcome, Leslie. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here with you.
Good. Well, I know our listeners are in for a treat. And I think I just want to start with you sharing a little bit about you. You're welcome to share about your family, but your story about how did you first know you were going to walk into this intuitive world?
Yeah, let's see. I would say like when I finally realized that something was going on with me was in my 30s. I was working at a bank. I was actually becoming a branch manager, and I was having all of this like nudges and intuitive things that were happening. And I was just like, I remember literally telling whatever was happening, I was like, I don't have time for this. I am trying to run a branch here and married and a little kid. And I don't know what this is, but I don't have time. I recognized, and most of you probably have, is that spirit, if you have a purpose in this life to be doing these things, it will not let go. It will not stop tapping you on the shoulder and nudging you. And some of us get like a sucker punch to the gut, like pay attention. Right? That's kind of what happened. I mean, looking back at everything, like I was born with some intuitive gifts. It's been happening since I was a little girl. I'm a highly sensitive person. I'm an empathic person. I've learned all this on my journey, not knowing all of these things growing up, talking to people that have passed over, like thought everybody did that. Didn't realize this wasn't a thing until I was probably in my 20s. And I was like, wait, what? You don't have conversations with your dead grandpa and take walks and talk about grandma? You don't do that?
Wow, I love it.
This is stuff that I've just been learning after all of the resistance, finally embracing in the past couple of years. It has taken me a while to really get here because I stayed in the corporate world for 15 years. Now here I am living it as my life, but it just feels so good. Like I was telling you before, I finally feel like I'm in alignment with who I am.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And
I want to get into that a little bit more, but can you tell us what it's like to know and what it feels like to be in alignment? What does that mean to you?
We all have that inner voice that's talking to us, right? It's either inner critic or it's inner guidance. Like it's this inner chatter that's happening, right? And I've worked on releasing the critic and really listening to that higher source that feels good.
Mm.
With my human design, it sits in my sacral, it sits in my gut. So for me, it's a gut feeling, and I've learned to really just lean into that and try to stay out of my head and my ego. And I will have arguments with myself where I feel called to do something. I can feel it in my gut. It feels good. And then my ego will come in and go, well, what might people think of that? Or I might want to share something and I'm like, well, don't share it with that person because that person might judge you. And I have to override. And that's partly where I grow into alignment with me because I'm releasing the judgments of other people and worrying about what other people might think or what people might say. And that feels really good. It might be hard in the second, but once I just push through it, then I feel really good.
Yeah.
And I think that's the alignment piece. It's like honoring what you're really feeling. And if you know that you're coming from a place of love, and that is your intention,
Mm.
then if anyone has an issue with it, it's not your problem. Like it's not your fault. Like you didn't do anything. It's whatever's coming up within them is for them. And I have to be okay with that.
Yes. And I don't know about you, but it took me a little while to understand that it is okay and actually ideal if I do feel good in my body. Some of these, like, oh, it shouldn't feel good, almost the opposite of what you're
Yeah.
describing there as a fellow people pleaser,
Yeah.
or recovering people pleaser.
Yeah. Recovering people. Yeah. Because we felt guilt and shame
Yeah.
for some reason for feeling good about ourselves. I think because you spend as an empath and sensitive, we spend so much time focusing on everyone else's energy and making sure everyone else feels okay. And when they feel okay, you feel okay. But it's really weird to turn it inward and go, well, what do you feel? Like, what do you want for dinner? What do you want to do tonight? Because it's always been like, what do you want? What do you want? Where do you want to go? I don't care. Whatever you want to do. It's always, for me, it's always been making sure that whoever's in my energy feels good.
Right.
And it feels weird at first to be like, I really don't want to cook tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to eat a bowl of popcorn and let you figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and
Yeah.
that's okay. And it feels really uncomfortable to honor yourself that way. But
Yes. You know what is so interesting when you were sharing that? I was like, oh, I so identify. It's almost like when you have a toddler that is testing the waters. Is it okay for me to do this? Is it okay for me to do that? I remember one thing specifically with my son. It was after transitioning from the crib. He was in his little car bed and he was testing, like, can I get out of this without asking? Can I get out of this bed without asking? Testing the waters. And it just reminded me of that because when you live your life or you have learned to be okay once everyone else is okay, and then you try to flip the script where I'm okay and now I can give or heal or support from abundance. It's that testing of the waters, like, what is okay? How much can I? Well, first you have to learn what is it that I actually like, because you get so disconnected from that
I know
or
it's
what you
so
want.
true. It's so true. And it does. Like the first time, I remember it wasn't too long ago that I came home and my husband and my son, I was like, I just don't have the energy to cook dinner tonight, guys. I really don't. I'm sorry. And they were both like, that's fine. I don't care.
Whatever.
Yeah. My husband's like, I'll eat leftovers. And my son's like, I'll have a bowl of cereal. And it was so easy. They were just like, it did not matter. And like, I put all this pressure on, I have to make sure that I do all of these things for my family and correctly. And they were like, and so there was that testing as the toddler, like, oh, hey, I
Yeah.
connect. I can actually do what I want to do sometimes. It's okay.
That's right. You test it and you start finding out. It's so spot on with what human design says. We are conditioned and we learn how to do something one way. And then when we find out how our energy actually works as manifesting generators with that gut, that do you want this right now? No. Okay, move on. What's best for us is actually what's best for other people. And as I've tested that theory out, it actually works out better for everyone else because we're not guessing. We're not guessing what they want or what they need or assuming things like they assume I'm going to make them dinner. What if they don't want the dinner that I am making, right? Are they still going to appreciate that I did it? Like there's so many questions and so much guessing when if we can just be really in tune with what we want and we're honest, then they have a chance to respond and tell us what they want. And then you have opportunities for conflict resolution, all the good stuff that we're scared of, right? Well, I want to talk a little bit about you lead with healing, right? Reiki and these gifts and supporting people. And it's very clear that part of your purpose is to support other people. And now you're kind of getting in alignment and figuring that out for yourself. And one of the things that I kind of pride myself on when it comes to the woo-woo world is that I've still got one foot very grounded in practicality. Like, let's just talk about this stuff and not make it so mystical, even though it is. I love the mystery. I love the magic of it all. I'm a Capricorn rising, so I have just all this earth energy that I lead with. You were mentioning before we started recording that today we have our full moon in Taurus. You're a Taurus, and so that grounded earth energy, you need to stay grounded. And yet there's so much that can be spiritual and stuff we can't explain and mystical. But that balance of having that earth energy really supports people that aren't sure. They don't understand it and they don't know if they have to or not. I guess what I'm getting at here is I would love to hear you talk about how you stay grounded and do all of this healing work that's all energy and things that you can't see. Maybe a little bit about how did you navigate that coming from bank and money and a 9 to 5 and now oh, you want to come in and let me move energy around you for an hour and we'll see what happens. Like it's very, very different energies. So talk to me a little bit about that transition or how you stay grounded too.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely taken a couple of years and I'm still working through it. Like it does take time to make that shift. I think because so much healing happens in the process. I'm so grateful for the Chakra Healing Room for that reason, because Stacy and I being here, I mean, we are just constantly growing together every single day. We like move through something and we're like, well, that was a nice growth. I'm glad we got past that one. The biggest thing was allowing and trusting in the flow and like releasing control. And let me tell you, that was hard. Being a Taurus, I'm very, I guess, controlling in some ways where I need to understand the outcome. I need to know where I'm headed. And it's that grounding, that stability, that root chakra, that feeling of I can't feel all this moving energy underneath me or I don't feel safe, basically. Even being a partner with Stacy is like a lot of communication, right? Because she has water energy, so she's flowing a lot, and I'm like that earth energy where her beautiful, wonderful ideas will start moving, and I can get, oh, wait a minute. Like I get a little unsafe, so I have to communicate with her a lot. Communication, and then recognizing and honoring me, like I can feel all of that energy when I'm in it all day. It gets really heavy on my crown, in my third eye area. I can get a headache. I can feel very floaty, dizzy. And I recognize that. And I'm like, it is a steak and potato. Like, I need heavy food to pull me down kind of evening, or it's I have to stand outside and ground and get in Mother Earth and just like feel Earth's energy. For empaths and sensitive people, something major that I never really recognized that I needed is time alone. Never really knew I needed that. I always just felt like I was fine just being with all of the energy and with the people. And I now know I have to come home sometimes and just go into my room and shut the door for 15 minutes and just be in silence. And my husband will peek in, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm just recharging. I'll be out in a minute." But I could not give any more energy to my family until I recharged.
Yeah.
And so I have to honor that. And there's whole days of honoring that. There's whole days of just, I can't today. I just need to be in and sit and binge Netflix and just have my pomegranates and popcorn. And that's part of the balancing, because if you're all up in all that spiritual energy every day, all day long, it is, to me, overwhelming, and it can be very consuming, and it can be too much. And so you do have to have that grounding space where you come back into your human body and you feel your human body and you be human and have those human experiences. And
Yes.
I'm grateful that I have a grounding husband. He is definitely someone that is like standing there holding my balloon string.
I love that. And, I think even if someone doesn't understand the chakras and feeling, we all can relate to just being like scattered and like, I'm dropping things and I forgot something, and just like that overwhelmed, or that just a feeling of mental anxiety or overconsumption, something like that. And what you alluded to there is that physicality grounding. So balancing out the body is so important. I love the yin yang symbol. It's one of my core things I talk a lot about, but you just described it so beautiful. And like, when I'm feeling that way, when I'm feeling scattered and I'm like the balloon that the string needs to be held onto, let's eat grounding foods. It can be that simple for coming back into balance. It can be going outside for a quick walk when you just aren't sure which direction to go at work or something like that. But when it comes to some of the gifts, let's talk about your gifts. You may have to give our listeners a little understanding. Now, I've had some conversation about Reiki, but you're a Reiki master teacher. I got to be part of an attunement ceremony here recently, and I just adored you and Stacy, who are owners of the Chakra Healing Room, which, by the way, I plug on this show just about every week. So, if anyone's in the area and you haven't been there yet, please come on. What are you waiting for? I would love for you to talk about how you got into Reiki, what Reiki is, and of all of the things, whatever you want to share. But the other thing that I just love of yours are those oracle cards that you put together. I know that this has a story to it, and those cards have been really special to me. I use them sometimes with my yoga class. I have started using some of the songs that are connected to each card with my Reiki practice and with some of my yoga integration time. And so tell us a little bit about these gifts that you have. And I mean, they're offerings of yours too. So feel free to share what you do there with clients, but start with, what are oracle cards? Why do you use them? And what is Reiki? And give us your understanding of it in practical terms, of course, in case someone doesn't even know.
So Reiki, I always say, it found me at 4 a.m, and it was an intuitive voice that I heard. I had been married for 18 years at the time, and I was just feeling very lost. I felt like I was on a hamster wheel. I was working my corporate job, but still feeling that call and that pull of, I'm supposed to be serving in a different way. I committed to that. I was going to work on myself and just figure out, where's my happiness? Where's my joy? And this was probably back in 2017, 2018 area. I heard it's in Reiki, and I didn't know what it was. And I got up and I Googled it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is absolutely what I'm looking for. If you don't know what Reiki is, it is universal life force energy. That's what Reiki stands for. If you think about people who talk about their chi, their prana, that is what this is. It's just basically another term for it. Reiki practitioners just channel that chi, that prana, that ki, that Reiki energy through their crown, and it comes out our hands. And it's just this life force energy that we're putting into your aura, into your energy field, into your body, into your cells. If you've never had it, highly recommend you try it just once. I know it sounds extremely woo-woo, but we are trying to bring this into the world as something that is normal, because it is normal. Like, you are made of energy. We are all made of energy. Everything is energy, right? We literally use those electrical things to charge your heart,
Right.
because it's electric. Like, you are an electric being. Like, there's no denying it. It is science. Reiki was just one of the best things I ever did. I became a Reiki practitioner, and then I became a Reiki master, really never with any intention of teaching it. I just used it at home, on myself, on my family, on my friends. I practiced it even while I was in banking. Some people knew I was pretty in the closet at the time. Not very many people knew about all of this stuff, but it was fun. In the corporate world, I would come in, because I became a manager over other managers, and I would go to all of my branches, and they would be like, "You're just a light. You just bring this energy and this, it's like just like fairy dust." And I'm like, I don't know. That's great. Thanks. And I'm in here going, yeah, it's because I practice Reiki and I send out all this love and light energy to all of you, but they didn't know that. Fast forward to now, being at the Chakra Healing Room. I teach Reiki with Stacy. Stacy is an amazing seer of the future. She met me and immediately knew I would be teaching. And I was like, you're crazy. And she was right. So teaching Reiki to others so that you can bring it into your own personal practice just for yourself, or if you want to share it with the world. I think part of Reiki begins the healing process within your body, right? You start to clear and you start to release things that are not serving you energetically. And the more you clear that channel, the more your intuition wakes up, the more your intuition can come through. And so that's, I feel like, is what has happened. It's just over the years, the more that I've used it and practiced it, my intuition has gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. All of that opening has just gotten wider and wider, and I've cleared out the crud, right? It's just I'm seeing like muddy water that just, I'm pouring water through it, and it's just clearing up and clearing up and clearing up and like getting clearer and clearer and clearer. Part of that healing process has been just trusting and going with the flow of whatever I'm feeling and hearing. And I've always had an artistic background through when I was just a little girl and painted, always did. But as I was going through my journey, I was journaling. And at one point during my journaling, I would journal. I would get a message from whatever I was journaling. And then I would have a picture in my mind and I would draw this image. And slowly but surely, Spirit was like, you are creating an oracle deck. And when I was like, oh, okay, that just opened up everything. And so it took about a year, but I have now published my oracle deck, Align with Your Magic. And it is literally just my journey and everything that I have learned along the way through my own process or from sessions and things that I had with other people. And then this has just grown into the music piece. It's actually a spiritual download of light language, I guess you'd call it. I woke up and I was chanting words. I was like, what am I saying? Like, I was just like chanting. I was hearing Ahu Dabwe. And I'm like, what am I saying right now? So then I just kind of tapped into spirit and listened. And I was getting like this light language. They were telling me it was like universal language. And they wanted me to sing it. And I'm like, well, I don't sing. And then I just remembered that 6 or 7 months ago, someone introduced me to a music app. And I thought, well, I wonder if I could plug in what I'm hearing into this app and see if it'll create music so that I can listen to it, like sing with it. And then there we went. I was like, oh, I wonder if I could use my oracle messages to create music. And so then I started doing that. And then now it's growing to where I'm literally downloading entire lyrics and songs. And I'll just sit there and I'll write the entire song within 5 or 10 minutes. I have an entire, I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm just trusting and allowing it. I don't know where the hell we're going from here.
Love it.
I don't know what's next.
The thing that I just love hearing you talk about it, because you've got this experience on your end as a human design teacher, I'm sitting here like, this is the most two thing I've ever heard in my life. Your unconscious number or personality line is a 2, and it's the natural. You have God-given gifts that show up when you're in alignment. And this is exactly what you're describing. It is not just, cute little song. These are full of power. When I've played them for people, what is that? I need to listen to that again. It's so powerful. The message comes through. Yeah. And I wouldn't say that it's one type of music either. Someone asked me today, like, what have you been listening to lately? And I'm like, this gal named Leslie Morgan does this thing. It's not her singing, but you got to just listen to it, So, but
I know when I put it on Spotify and all that, it asks for a genre and I'm like, what the heck I don't know.
Like independent folksy something. I don't know. What did you end up going with?
Sadly, they don't have like a spiritual genre or metaphysical genre or anything. So I think it's like, I'll put it under new age maybe or something.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know what to put it under, but it doesn't really have a place for whatever it is that I'm creating.
Now, I know this isn't your only other gift, but why don't you tell us while we're on this track about these drawings, paintings? What are you doing with the names and those intuitive downloads? This is the next thing I want to do with you. You got to draw me something, but tell us about this.
Yeah. I don't know why yet, but I haven't really put it out there to the world that I'm doing this.
Do you want not to put it out there?
I do. I know. Okay. I'm so grateful. It's just for some reason it's not, and maybe it's something I'm still clearing.
Might be timing or something like that.
Yeah. It's like, it's coming together, and this is how it has always worked for me. It was like, just be patient with the process.
Yes.
It will unfold when it's ready. But
that's the lesson, right? That's such
it's like, you can't, I don't want to rush it or force it or anything like that. But I call it sacred name art. It started by me just playing with my art and just having fun. And then having a friend who's an artist that kept showing me new and different ways to play with art. She showed me neurographic art, which is where you basically let your hand just draw all over the place. And then you connect all of your lines like webbing wherever they're connected. And it makes like that it looks like a brain, like neuro sparks or whatever is what's happening. So I guess that's where they get the neurographic piece.
Getting the image of your connected card from your oral.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that kind of connected card. Yes, that kind of energy. You can play with it and fill it in and see what design you want to make with it. But then mine, at some point, someone mentioned like, you could use a word or a name or whatever. And I was like, well, that sounds fun. I like to be a little more intentional about it. So I would use intentional words. And then I was playing around with it with putting names and doing it. And then as I was doing it, I would write somebody's name and then this image would appear. And once I see it, I can't unsee it. And then I would just run with that image. And then I was making these paintings and these pictures, but then they actually matched the person. Like it was like a message or something for them at that time. Like my friend that I first did it with, she had just moved to Florida and her picture was, oh my gosh, what is the jellyfish? It was a jellyfish. Her name made a jellyfish. And so then we looked up, what does it mean spiritually for a jellyfish? And it was all about moving into a new space. And it just aligned with exactly what she was going through. And it was this oracle message coming through from her name at that time. And so I've been doing those and they're really fun. They're really amazing. And yeah, I don't have a link to it yet. I haven't really posted it, but I want to, and I will. So just kind of a coming soon.
Well, I love that we're giving them something to look forward to. I'm really excited about it. Every time you talk about it, I'm like, yes, what is my thing?
What's the picture?
So let's talk a little bit, just like some practical things that people can do and use, take away from this episode. I just love everything that you're doing, but I can imagine someone listening is, who is this person? Especially as a 2, and I get this as well. They're like, I could never be like you. You might hear that a lot. I could never do what you do, but all of us have intuitive gifts. All of us have purpose in our life. All of us have things that we're meant to understand, be it for just our inner self or to share with other people. And truly, when you talk about Reiki and oracle cards and tuning forks and aroma. Like it's all about creating a space for the person, the self, to get out of their own way and let their body, mind, spirit heal itself. It's not about us as healers healing them. And so if someone listening or a client is talking to you and they're saying, I just feel blocked. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I've lost touch. I used to be spiritual and then I don't know where to go. How does someone get started or restarted with getting in tune to their intuition, even if it's never going to be some crazy, amazing story like what you've just shared that you've experienced, you know?
Right. Yeah. I keep hearing permission slip. I don't know if you listen to Bashar at all, but that whole permission slip. And so really to get to your inner you, we kind of need all of these permission slips and these modalities to get us there. And that's what I've learned along the way is that Reiki is a modality. You can do this just by sitting quietly with yourself and calling in this energy. You don't necessarily have to go to a Reiki practitioner and have the energy channeled to you. But until you get there, maybe you do. You use Reiki as a modality to get you to that place. And it might be crystals. You might feel and use the energy of crystals. It might be walks in nature. Whatever you are feeling that feels good to you, I always say follow the breadcrumb. Just follow it. If somebody's video pops up, if you're listening to this and you're like, what the heck is an oracle card? Go Google oracle decks. Go onto Amazon and find one that like is glaring at you and you're like, I don't know why, but I want that deck. And then buy
or
it.
better yet, stop by the Chakra Healing Room, look at the deck, see which one calls for you.
Or order mine, align with your magic. I know. But yeah. And follow it because it's those little breadcrumbs that's going to lead you to the next thing that's going to lead you to the next thing. I imagine human design did not just show up. It was the breadcrumbs that led you to human design. And then you were like, this is my thing. Like this for me. But you wouldn't get there if you don't
Oh my gosh, I would have run so fast away from human design. I would have, but there was like, oh, let's first do mindset work and life coaching and make you a leader and have you hired to help people and be insanely curious about who they are and what makes them tick. And then we're going to slowly introduce you to all the personality tests. And then we're going to inch you into like, ooh, maybe communications get like it just inched me forward until it dropped in and I was ready for it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I think every human being needs to do is do not judge yourself based on what I'm doing, what Katie's doing, what everyone else is doing. Find your breadcrumb, find what fills your cup, find what excites you, follow the breadcrumbs, follow the modalities, learn as much as you want and see where it takes you. And you will find you in all of it, whatever that looks like. You might be end up writing a book or poetry or starting a business, who knows, but just be open. If you recognize something's off, then you know that you just need to start your journey of, okay,
that's right.
Where do I go from here?
And that comes from a feeling of resistance, a should, a have to, an urgency, a force. All of those feelings are your red flags. And you had mentioned following what feels good, those breadcrumbs. That's the perfect way to say it for those listening that are generators. You're meant to go find something that feels good. If you're a projector listening, you want to look at something and be like, does this help me feel like I'm stepping into success or feeling recognized? Or is this following bliss might be a better way to say it. If you're a manifester listening, is it an urge? Like you can't not hear it. You can't not move towards it because it's literally a fire moth to the flame feeling, and stop resisting it because that's where you're meant to go. And if you're a reflector, it's let's go ahead and step into it, feel the environment of it and make sure this breadcrumb is good for me, but you without stepping into it, you have to do it.
Yes, absolutely.
So overall, it's the same advice, no matter what your energy is. Stop resisting, start moving towards it. And then, oh, shocker, it feels good and you're flowing and it was meant for you all along. So
Yeah.
I love
And Reiki can help bring that alignment. Oracle cards, readings. When people come to see me, it's usually I'm like, what brought you here? I'm lost.
it.
I'm just lost, or I have anxiety and I don't know how to control it, or I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not happy in my job. I'm not happy with my marriage. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And so the reason I use the Oracle cards is because it's a direct connection to source. So it will filter out all of the everything and just get us to like the point.
Yeah.
So that's why I love to use the cards, because I'm like, let's just get straight to what your spirit is like. Here's what I need you to do today, right here, right now. Here's what we need to like look at, heal, work on, move through, whatever. And then I take them into a Reiki session based on whatever comes up in their field and in their energy. So, I mean, no session is ever the same because everyone's in a different place in their life, right? I had 2 in a row the other day, and one was about grief and healing and getting into alignment with who she was. The other one was just like, I'm just out here and I need to come back in here. And so we were just literally putting her back in her body.
Yeah.
And grounding her so that she just didn't feel all over the place. The other one was just letting out a lot of tears, a lot of held grief, like that she was just holding on to, and just needed a safe place to cry and it be okay. You know, and so that's what Reiki does. It's love, and it just holds space. And I'm hearing it's really important that you understand that you're doing the work. When people come in, they're like, thank you. And I'm like, no, you did that. I mean, you're welcome that I'm here and I'm holding loving space. And yes, I'm channeling love for you. But you are the one that made the decision that it's time for my spirit and my soul to get connected and get into alignment, and allowed yourself to release or cry or be like.
Gosh, I love when I get to talk to you, because so my intuitive gift, one of the things that I've started to experience is when someone shares something that is so true. And it could be that it's just true for them or more of a universal thing. But when you were sharing, it's you that what you're like, I'm just hearing this. My whole body got that intuitive. It is like a chill almost, but it's all over my body. And I have directly correlated that to just this is your confirmation. Listen up. This is yes. This is yes. This is yes. So if you didn't hear what Leslie said, scroll back for about 60 seconds, re-listen to it, because it's true. I know it and she knew it, and we're giving you this message. And in fact,
knows it and we all can feel it.
That's right. Hopefully y'all got chills too. But so Leslie, I'm thinking now, I would love for you to tune in for just a moment to the collective. I know you do this on TikTok a lot, but the collective energy that's going to be attracted to this episode with us, and maybe pull a card for them, help them experience a message that they need at the exact right time, whether they listen to it when it comes out or in the future, and just ask Spirit to guide that. Would you be willing to do that for us?
Yes. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab my cards.
Yeah, cool. And I think this is a really good time to just share. If any of this is intriguing, or even if it's scary, I just encourage you to allow yourself to investigate. Being curious is a human quality that we all, no matter what our energy type is, no matter what our personality is, no matter what our job is, curiosity will always support us into our next right steps. And so be curious about it. Even if it doesn't end up being your tool, there's tools like yoga and sitting quietly, meditating, journaling, prayer. When I experienced Reiki for the first time, it instantly, nostalgically put me back into my youth group room where I was praying with other teens as a cute little Baptist believer, praying and feeling spirit the same exact way that I did when—
I'm glad you brought that up, because as I walked back over here, I heard, it doesn't matter your religion. Let people know that it's okay if you believe in God, Jesus, all of it. Like, you're not doing anything wrong by being curious. about learning about your spirituality and your energy and your field and your body, and it's okay.
Right. It's almost the same thing as what you resist persists. So if you will just allow yourself to be curious, investigate, find out if it's for you or not,
Yeah.
then you'll know then, and then it won't be this
No.
big elephant in the room, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, thank you for agreeing to pull the card. I thought that you had them right there, but it was probably an unopened pack. So
I did. I just had the box, but this is fine. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to call in the energy of the collective. Anyone who's tuning into this that needs to hear this message right now, we have this full moon in Taurus that's coming in, or that not coming in, it is here, which is all about grounding and stability and just feeling safe in our home and finances and our bodies. So let's just ask Spirit then, what is the collective message? And we have, let your creativity shine. Which is just perfect, because the whole point of being creative is to connect you to source. Whenever we are creative, we are connected to source. You are not in any kind of resistance, right? This is the child within you. You're playing, you're having fun, you're letting your intuition just flow through you and guide through you. And there's no resistance. You're not worried about work or money or finances or anything. You're just having a great time, and it's literally clearing. It is part of your connection. So that's the whole point of letting creativity shine. And this does not have to look like painting or drawing. A lot of people think, oh, I don't have a creative, bone in me. And it's like, that's not what creativity is. It's about what could you go do that you could literally lose track of time.
Right.
Because you're having so much fun. So being creative could just be moving your body to music, your favorite songs, and you're just dancing and not a care in the world and just having a good time. It could be journaling. It could be playing in your garden, planting. That's all creative stuff coming from you. Doesn't matter if you're producing something.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So, yeah, I love that.
I love it too. That flow state is so important for us humans. We gotta get in it. And like you said, it doesn't matter what it is. I've been in flow state at work. I've been in flow state laying on my floor, reading a book, and we need it. So make sure you allow yourself to.
I'm hearing cooking, people who love to cook.
Oh yeah.
Recipes, baking, like having fun, and you're in the flow and you're just doing something that you love.
Yeah.
Do those things every day. Make time for them every day.
Beautiful. Yes. Is there anything else that you want to share, either about what you do, events you have coming up, or anything that's just kind of been left unsaid that you're like, Katie, you didn't ask me about this. This is your space to share.
I appreciate that. No, I guess I'll just plug like where the opportunities are for the people who are watching. So if you're looking for connection or a tribe or community, like-minded people, and you're in the St. Louis, Wentzville, St. Charles area, that's what we do here at the Chakra Healing Room. We've been here for 2 years now, and there's so many workshops from so many different beautiful souls, different practitioners in here that are offering all kinds of different things. So you can go to the Chakra Healing Room Facebook page and follow to see all of the events that we're having. You can go to chakrahealingroom.com and see the events page, or if you're looking for a one-on-one session with someone like me or Stacy, if you're just curious and you just want to try it out, go book one of those sessions. I do offer through Zoom meetings. My sacral is bubbling. It's like there's a baby moving around in there. It's so active right now. I do readings. I can do a YouTube video reading to you. There's so many things. Yeah. Workshops here. I do an oracle card every month. It's the last Wednesday of the month, except for this one because it falls right on Thanksgiving. I pull one card and we deep dive into that card, and it's a lot of fun. People really enjoy that one. And then I started doing Sacred Time with me. It is Thursdays at 1. And so you can come up here and I will focus on whatever the energy is astrology wise, incorporate that into some sacred space with us. So kind of teaching what I do and doing it together.
I love all of that. And I do recommend, I love your workshops are very affordable for someone that wants to dip their toe in, they're not sure. You even have a few free events here and there. So just follow the Chakra Healing Room. And I mean, it definitely has become such a supportive community for me as well. And I'm so grateful to know you and Stacy and the whole community there. Is there anything left unsaid that you want to share before we go?
I think we did it.
Cool. I think so too.
Just grateful.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for joining us. I can't wait to have you on again. Hopefully we can talk a little bit more in the future because there's so much we didn't get to today. But to our listeners, thank you for listening to the end of the episode. I really appreciate you. And join us for a conversation on Facebook. There's a free community group called Inspired by Design with Katie Rupert. Go over there every Friday. I just post a conversation starter and you can share your ideas and questions. And if you've experienced Reiki or Oracle cards or any stories that you have, I just love to hear them. And of course, as always, if you have questions about this episode, about human design, or anything that you heard today, check out the show notes, get that Google form and send a question in because I promise to, as long as, until I can't keep up with them anymore, I will always weave in those questions into future podcast episodes for free. So I would love to answer your questions. Thanks again, Leslie. Make sure you check out all of her things, follow her, give her some love on the TikToks and all of the things. And until next time, have a great one.
Thanks for tuning in to Inspired by Design with Katie Rupert. If today's episode sparked something in you, I'd love to hear about it. Share your takeaways, subscribe, or even leave a review to help others find the show. For more tools and insights, visit my free Facebook group. And until next time, keep embracing exactly who you are and move forward one inspired action at a time.